The Rare Advice presents top 15 Sigma female personality traits, the rarest female on Earth. In a world obsessed with labels, alpha, beta, gamma, there exists a woman who defies them all. She doesn't seek power, yet she commands it effortlessly. She doesn't crave attention, yet she's impossible to ignore. She is the Sigma female, rare, untamed, and operating on a frequency most can't comprehend. While others fight for dominance or beg for approval, she moves silently, strategically, rewriting the rules without apology. Today, we reveal the 15 defining traits of this elusive archetype. Do you recognize yourself in them? While most people are trapped in the endless competition of social dominance, trying to climb, to impress, to outshine, the Sigma female stands apart. She doesn't care about pecking orders, power plays, or who sits at the top. Status symbols mean nothing to her. She judges people by their minds, not their titles. She engages with kings and beggars the same way, because to her, hierarchy is an illusion. While others stress over fitting in or standing out, she simply exists, unshaken by the games people play. Her confidence doesn't come from being above others. It comes from being beyond them. While most people fear being alone, the Sigma female thrives in it. Solitude isn't loneliness for her. It's fuel. In the quiet, she hears her own thoughts clearly. In the stillness, she plans, creates, and regenerates. She doesn't need constant social interaction to feel alive. In fact, she often finds crowds draining. While others cling to relationships out of need, she chooses them out of genuine desire. She can spend weeks, even months, in her own company without feeling empty. Because unlike most, she doesn't rely on others to fill a void. She is already complete. The Sigma female is a silent observer. She doesn't rush into conversations. She listens, studies, and deciphers. While others talk just to be heard, she speaks only when she has something meaningful to say. Every social interaction is a puzzle to her. She reads body language, detects lies, and notices patterns most miss. She doesn't reveal her thoughts easily. Instead, she gathers information like a strategist. People often underestimate her because she's quiet, but that's her advantage. By the time they realize how much she knows, it's already too late. Charisma isn't something the Sigma female wastes on just anyone. She can command a room when she wants to. Her presence magnetic, her words captivating. But unlike those who constantly perform for approval, she turns her charm on and off like a switch. Most of the time, she remains understated, even invisible. But when she chooses to engage, her wit, confidence, and depth leave a lasting impression. She doesn't seek to be liked by everyone. She reserves her energy for those who truly matter. And that's what makes her influence so powerful. It's never forced, only intentional. While society obsesses over the latest fashion, slang, or viral challenges, the Sigma female couldn't care less. She doesn't follow trends. She either ignores them or sets her own. Her style is timeless, her tastes are refined, and her opinions aren't swayed by popular opinion. She doesn't buy into hype. She values substance over spectacle. People might call her out of touch, but the truth is, she's ahead of the curve. While others chase what's in, she's already moved on to what's real. Trends come and go. Her authenticity does not. The Sigma female is not just rare, she's revolutionary. In a world that tries to box women into categories, she defies them all. She doesn't compete because she has no rivals. She doesn't conform because she writes her own rules. If you see yourself in these traits, know this: you are not misunderstood. You are unmatched. The world may not always appreciate your depth, but that's because it can't contain it. So keep moving in silence. Keep trusting your instincts and never apologize for the way you're built. The rarest females on Earth never do. The Sigma female isn't just rare. She's a psychological revolution. Neuroscientists discovered her brain operates on a unique wavelength, where solitude triggers theta waves for hyperfocus, while social interactions fire gamma, burst only for strategic purposes. She's 92% cognitively empathetic, yet emotionally detached, a paradox that lets her navigate worlds unseen. History's greatest Sigma women, from Hypatia, who outsmarted emperors, to Hedy Lamarr, who invented Wi-Fi to escape Hollywood, all shared 5 clandestine traits. First, the chessboard mind, where she lets others play checkers while she's 3 moves ahead in silence. Second, the bonsai relationship system, pruning 90% of connections to near dormancy, nurturing only the 1% worth her oxygen. Third, the reverse courtship timeline, where normal women chase, but Sigmas magnetize by demonstrating value first, allowing touch only after others would demand commitment. Fourth, the Sphinx selection protocol, asking deliberately unanswerable questions to weed out the weak. What's the color of silence? How would you describe infinity to a blind man? Fifth, the war poet's aesthetic, turning chaos into art like Lee Miller photographing World War II in Dior. Modern Sigmas dominate using neuroscience hacks, like bracketed silence in negotiations, 7-second pauses secure 23% better deals, or strategic invisibility to bypass office politics. They're masters of the 361 text rule, 3-word replies to energy vampires, 6-hour delays for medium priorities, 1 instant response per month to train inner circles. At 20, they're skill hoarding shadows. By 30, building invisible influence networks. At 40, architecting legacies that outlive them. The world calls them cold, misunderstood, aloof, but in truth, they're the most dangerously free women on earth, operating beyond hierarchies, beyond trends, beyond the need to explain themselves. To recognize a Sigma, don't look for the loudest in the room, look for the woman who makes the room quiet without speaking, the one who disappears and leaves legends in her wake, the rarest female who, like fine art, quantum physics, and ancient whiskey, isn't for everyone, but worth everything to those few who truly comprehend her. The Sigma female is the shadow sovereign of our age, a woman who rewrites the rules simply by refusing to acknowledge them. Neuroscience reveals her brain is wired differently, where solitude doesn't weaken her, but supercharges her, triggering theta waves that spark 41% more creative breakthroughs than the average mind. She's 92% cognitively empathetic, reading people like open books, yet emotionally bulletproof, her effective empathy resting in the 8th percentile. This is why history's greatest Sigmas, from Hypatia, who outmaneuvered emperors without raising her voice, to Hedy Lamarr, who invented Wi-Fi to escape Hollywood's cages, all shared 5 clandestine traits. First, the chessboard mind. While others play checkers, she's 3 moves ahead in silence, her strategies unfolding like origami in the dark. Second, the bonsai pruning method. She cultivates relationships like a Japanese gardener, 90% kept in winter dormancy, 9% receiving seasonal attention, only 1% nurtured daily. Third, the reverse courtship timeline. Where most women chase, she demonstrates value first, allowing touch only after others would demand rings and vows. Fourth, the Sphinx selection protocol. Her questions are riddles designed to weed out the unworthy. What's the color of silence? How would you describe infinity to a blind man? Fifth, the war poet's paradox. Like Lyudmila Pavlichenko, who went from history's deadliest sniper to UNESCO diplomat, she turns chaos into art, but this power comes at a cost. Yale studies reveal her prolonged solitude slows oxytocin reception by 13%, making connection feel like translating a forgotten language. She suffers the Cassandra complex, seeing crises before others, like Vera Rubin discovering dark matter decades before the world believed her. Yet her tactics are flawless. The bracketed silence, 7-second pauses that secure 23% better deals. Strategic invisibility, letting rivals underestimate her until it's too late. Her 361 text rule, 3-word replies to energy vampires, 6-hour delays for medium priorities, 1 instant response per month to train her inner circle. At 20, she's a shadow hoarding skills. By 30, an architect of invisible networks. At 40, a force whose legacy outlives her. The world calls her cold, aloof, unnatural. But in truth, she's the most dangerously free woman alive, operating beyond hierarchies, beyond trends, beyond the need for witnesses. To recognize her, don't look for the loudest in the room. Look for the woman who makes the room quiet without speaking, the one who disappears and leaves only legends in her wake. The rarest female who, like black holes, quantum physics, and locked Renaissance diaries, isn't for everyone, but worth everything to those few who dare to comprehend her.